everyone. In this video, we are going to study energy uncertainty relation with time, which is given by Heisenberg. We are going to study its physical significance as well as its application for non-existence of free electron in the nucleus. So let us start. The uncertainty relation between energy and time is obtained by considering the motion of wave packet. The energy uncertainty of a Gaussian wave packet can be given by del E is equal to h into del f, which is equal to h into del omega by 2 pi. We can even write it as del E is equal to h cross del omega. A particle in motion is represented by a wave packet. The group velocity of a wave packet is equal to the particle velocity. So let del x be the width of the wave packet moving along with the x-axis, and Vp, that is the phase velocity, that is the wave velocity of the carrier, and Vg is the group velocity, that is wave velocity of the envelope. Suppose the wave packet moves through del x in time del t. Then we can continue our derivation. So here we can see, suppose we have the two waves and have their contribution. So Vg, that is the group velocity, is d omega by dk, and del t can be written as del x by Vg. When del t is equal to del x by Vg, if we consider del x as the uncertainty in the x coordinate of the particle and del t is the uncertainty in time t. The energy E of a particle is a function of its momentum, that is px. So we can write the equation as del E is equal to del E upon dpx into del px. This del px is the uncertainty in the momentum. Okay. So further we can write this dE by dpx is nothing but the group velocity. And by substituting this value, that is the value of dE by dpx as Vg, we will get the equation del E is equal to Vg into del px. Okay, so since del E into del t is equal to del x into del px, what we had done simply we had multiplied the above equation, that is the equation del E is equal to Vg into del px. What we had done with this equation, we had multiplied with del t. Okay, so we got this del E into del t is equal to Vg into del px into del t. Okay, so your del t is nothing but del x by Vg. So our equation comes out to be del E into del t is equal to del x into del px. And in our earlier video, we have seen that according to the Heisenberg uncertainty principle, del x into del px is nothing but greater than equal to h cross. Okay, So from this we can say del E by del T is also greater than equal to H cross, and this is nothing but the energy time uncertainty principle. Now we'll see the physical significance of energy time uncertainty principle. Here in this energy time relationship we have seen just now, del E into del T is greater than equal to H cross. So if del E is maximum uncertainty in determining the energy of the system in a particular state, then according to the relationship del E into del T is greater than equal to H cross, the minimum time interval for which the system remains in that state is del T is greater than equal to H cross by del E. Okay. And another second physical significance is, if the system remains in the particular state for a maximum time interval del T, then the maximum uncertainty in the energy of the system in that state is del E is greater than equal to H cross by del T. So these two are the physical significance for energy time uncertainty principle. Now we'll switch to the application of Heisenberg uncertainty principle, that is non-existence of electron in the nucleus. So first we'll see, we almost know the size of the nucleus is 10 to the power minus 14. And for this, we'll consider the maximum possible kinetic energy of the electron emitted by radioactive nuclei is around 4 mega electron volt. We also know the rest mass of the electron is 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. The diameter of the nucleus is 2 into 10 to the power minus 14 meter. That's why if the electron is present in the nucleus, uncertainty in the position of the electron is 2 into 10 to the power minus 14 meter. Okay, so if the electron exists in the nucleus, it can be anywhere within the diameter of the nucleus. Therefore, the maximum uncertainty del X in the position of the electron is same as the diameter of the nucleus. Okay, so we'll take del X is equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 14 meter. Okay. Now, according to the Heisenberg uncertainty relationship, the product of uncertainty, that is del X in the position of the electron and the uncertainty del Px in the X component of its momentum, is given by del X into del P is greater than equal to H cross, or even we can write this equation as del P is greater than equal to H cross by del X, isn't it? So the minimum uncertainty in the momentum is given by del P is greater than equal to H cross by del X. So what we are going to do? We are going to simply substitute these values to find out del P. We know the value for H cross is 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34, and since we have taken del X as 2 into 10 to the power minus 14, since it is circular, it is 2 pi into 2 into 10 to the power minus 14, and this comes out to be 5.278 into 10 to the power minus 21. Okay, kg meter per second. Okay, so your del P comes out to be 5.278 into 10 to the power minus 21. What simply we had done, we had simply substitute the value of H cross, that is 6.63 into 10 to the power minus 34, and the value of del X. Okay, we had taken position del X as 2 into 10 to the power minus 14, and we are multiplying this by 2 pi. So this comes out to be 5.278 into 10 to the power minus 21 kg meter per second. It means that if the electron exists in the nucleus, its minimum momentum must be 5.278 into 10 to the power minus 21 kg meter minus 21 kg meter per second. Okay. So now the total relativistic energy E of a particle is given by the equation E square is equal to P square C square plus M0 square C to the power 4. Okay, and for the electron of minimum momentum, the minimum energy is given by E square minimum is equal to P square minimum C square plus M0 square into C to the power 4. So now simply we are going to substitute all the values and we are going to calculate. Okay, we have simply substituted the value of P, C, its square, and then value of M0, and again C, 3 into 10 to the power 8, and its fourth power. Okay, and when we do the calculation, we'll get the two terms. One is 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 24, and the another term is 6.27 into 10 to the power minus 37. Okay, in this you will find that this second term, your second term 6.27 into 10 to the power minus 37 is much smaller than the first term. Therefore, this term can be neglected. Okay, and this term is neglected. So in the next equation, when you find out the square root, when we find out the square root of E square, so it will be square root of 2.5 into this 10 to the power minus 24 plus 6.27 into 10 to the power minus 37. But here what we are going to do? We are going to neglect this term because this term is very less as compared to the first one. So simply we will find out the square root of this term. Okay, which term? 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 24. We are simply finding out the square root of 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 34, and that comes out to be 1.58 into 10 to the power minus 12 joules. And when we convert this into electron volt, we need to divide it by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. When we divide this equation by 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19, you will get 9.875 into 10 to the power 6 electron volt, or we can say 9.875 mega electron volt. Thus, if a free electron exists in the nucleus, it must have a minimum energy of about 9 mega electron volt, isn't it? The maximum kinetic energy which a beta particle emit from a radioactive nucleus can have is 4 mega electron volt. Therefore, we can say that free electron cannot be present within the nuclei. Okay, so with this, we stop here. Thank you so much.